Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about what can only be described as a very unique program, Hudson Link. As you saw before the break, it provides education to prison inmates. Now, it's controversial, but I got to remind everybody, there's not a single cent of your money or mine. No public dollars are going towards this. It's all privately funded. And the numbers show it's actually going to save the state a lot of money in the long run. And by any metric, it's got to be called a major success story. Among the hundreds of inmates who've graduated from Hudson Link, and I got to remind you, this is the actual college degree and the real coursework that somebody would be getting if they went to those same colleges on the outside. Among those who've received the degrees and have been released into the general population, zero, not one of them, has gone back to prison. I want to bring back Kim Lengel, who attended the graduation last night, as you saw, and she sat down with some of the inmates for what has to be described as very personal conversations about not just their experiences and what got them in there, but also about what it must be like to try and get a degree in a maximum security facility.
It's hard. It's a lot of hard work, is what they said. The graduating inmates were not at all shy about the emotions they felt during graduation. Many said they were grappling with mixed emotions of pride and shame. Pride first for their accomplishment, and shame for what they've done that landed them in prison.
Ivan Sufal.
Somebody different. I don't have to be this. I don't have to be what's considered the scourge of society.
Do you feel even a little different now that you have Bachelor's of Science?
Knowing I'm away from my child and my family because I killed somebody, and I didn't. That's not like something you grow up wanting to do.
Mom, God answers my prayers. I pray for mercy on my soul. And tonight you all witness, and I realize the mercy that I've received. I live with much regret for not honoring you and Dad while he was still here with us. I just need you to hang on and stay strong. Live life, be happy, stay healthy and hopeful, and I'll be home as soon as I can. Take care of you. I love you. To my baby girl, I spent less than 24 hours with you in the last 10 years. Karen Alicia, your forgiveness, your love, and your friendship is heaven to me. Even if you and everybody else can forgive me, I can't forgive myself.
Pride is not good in and of itself when it's interpreted the wrong way. I don't want to be overproud is my point. I understand what I accomplished. And no matter how much education I get, I'll never be able to repay what I'm suffering for.
Christopher O'Neill.
You're one of the few inmates who have grandkids here.
Right.
How does that feel?
I guess I don't know.
I mean, you're a grandpa.
Yeah, grandpa. Yeah. Well, I'm 43 right now, so you know, I guess I don't know. I feel still kind of young, but it's a blessing to even have them because a lot of time, a lot of people in here, like right now, you see 24 men here, you see the family, but then you have majority of men in here that don't have family members coming to see them and stuff like that. So I look at that as being blessed, even though I'm in this situation. So it's a blessing and it makes me feel good.
Christopher O'Neill is one of the inmates who received a Bachelor's of Science degree. He says he wants to break the cycle of violence, but not before it's touched his family one more tragic time. His 21-year-old son was murdered in the Bronx 4 months ago.
If I was there, maybe that's not would not have happened, but I use that to talk to my other children and let them know that, listen, you know, if you put in positive energy now, it may seem hard, but if you put that positive energy and focus now, it'll pay off in the long run.
Lamont Bryant.
A lot of the speakers talked about paying it forward. What is your plan for paying it forward now that you have this degree?
Well, I believe this degree, it signifies a whole lot for me because at this moment, it speaks to what I had to do to get this degree. And I believe, you know, the idea of paying it forward from this degree is a whole lot. But in order to get here, I had to pay it forward.
Very few people had to go to prison to get a college degree.
Yes, but I don't think few actually, I mean, it is only few that get it here, when there could be more.
Kenyatta Hughes.
Like there's a much wider, broader scope, and I don't know that I would have realized that otherwise.
A lot of your fellow inmates have said something very similar, that they had to go through all the bad stuff that they went through to become the man they are now, and that they're at peace with that. But what do you make of that? That you had to come to prison to get a college degree and have a sense of self?
Well, I think perhaps that means different things to different people, because the truth is, I didn't necessarily have to come to prison. There were avenues and opportunities that were available to me. But I was not the person that could take advantage of them.
Kenyatta Hughes served 16 years of a 25-year minimum sentence for murder. He is 37 years old and eligible for parole in 2020.
I don't know that I can necessarily ever atone for the crimes that I've done. I mean, specifically, we're talking about a man is gone. We're talking about a family that will never have him back. And I don't know if you can make that right.
And I appreciate the process that I've been through for Mercy. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm just in that spirit, right now. Let it last for as long as it possibly can.
Now, several of the inmates we spoke with are still facing at least 10 years in prison. And of course, with all this time, it gives them more reason to think about their future, which may be just a little brighter now. Rich.
Thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate it.